Norfolk Press presents The Hells Angels Letters, Hunter S. Thompson, Margaret Harrell, and the Making of an American Classic. Read by the author, Margaret A. Harrell, the collaborator, Ron Whitehead, and Becky Parker. Copyright Margaret Harrell, 2024. Dedication. To Jim Silberman, Jyoti and Russell Park and Pui Harvey, and my sisters, Norma Harrell and Lee Brady. Couldn't have done it without you.
Collaborator's Note by Ron Whitehead. At Gonzo Fest Louisville 2016, my sweetheart Jinbug and I listened to Margaret Harrell's presentation on Hunter S. Thompson's Hells Angels. Afterwards, while dining with Margaret Ann, Jen suggested that Margaret Ann's letters exchanged with Hunter and the story of her work and relationship with him should be published. A lengthy conversation ensued, which eventually led to my collaboration with Margaret Ann on what we have come to call the book. What a journey it has been, and what a joy to work with Margaret Ann, the rare primary source for unseen letters and untold stories, on this important work that will stand shoulder to shoulder with the other great books on one of the most original voices in the history of journalism, literature, and culture, Louisville native son Hunter S. Thompson. But the twist to this story is that there are two protagonists. This is also the story of the brilliant Margaret Ann Harrell. I'm honored by and grateful for our collaboration.
Author's Note. To see daylight, this book passed a huge hurdle. In 1966, the Random House lawyers demanded, as protection against a lawsuit, a batch of police files on the Angels, some of which were unavailable legally. Unable to defeat a fleet of lawyers, Hunter nevertheless got the photostats turned over to Random House, but stipulated that everyone be sworn to secrecy forever, to never reveal the source, regardless of circumstance. That source being his good friend David Pierce, a lawyer and former mayor of Richmond, California. Bound by that promise 40 years later, I had to track down Pierce. To find him, I rooted out Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist William Kennedy's telephone number. Fortunately, he phoned back, giving me a lead, the interview-shy folk singer Rosalie Sorrell's, which panned out. Pierce, ironically, was half an hour from where I lived. We met in person, and he said, "Print it all, lift the lid." Part 1. The years 1965 to 1973. Setting the stage. The 1960s were liberating. At her funeral, a man told me, "Your mother could have been anything. She could have been a botanist. She could make anything grow." But though she spent the majority of her time as a homemaker instead, as was customary then, neither my father nor my mother so much as hinted that as a girl I had any less opportunity than men. My first job in New York City was a rebellion against my Columbia University final exams, for which I studied till 5 a.m. every day for a month. In a whiplash decision, I briefly worked as a receptionist for a high-powered East Coast agent for Ginger Rogers and other Hollywood stars. That fizzled out in 6 weeks, as I operated the complex phone lines in a slapstick manner, and misidentified just who, from Las Vegas or Bel Air or Beverly Hills, to put through or not to my one-man show boss. Next, I moved to United Feature Syndicate as assistant editor for 2 mails, complete with press pass, which lasted 9 months until I asked for a raise. It required being promoted to editor. The 2 male editors pled in vain. This invisible company boss I never met was unmoved in his rejection of the idea of female editors.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?